All right, I wanted to do a video today on a hot topic, which is the bone broth diet. It seems like this has been all the rage for the last 5 or 7 years. There's only one problem, and that is that there's not a lot of research in its support. What I did is I hit the literature, and I want to review this briefly in this video. So what do we know that's true? Yes, preparing bone broth does pull out proteins, amino acids, and some important ions like magnesium and calcium into the broth that we can consume. A 2013 study done in Europe suggested that, in fact, making a bone broth with organic chickens increased the presence of heavy metals in the broth water relative to a control pot of water that was just boiled. And finally, a study in 2019 suggests that the use of bone broth diminishes inflammation in a group of animals that were given an experimental inflammatory bowel condition. But then again, these animals received an additional amount of nutrition and amino acids that wasn't present in the control group. So what does this show? True, that making bone broth does pull out some valuable nutrients. Possibly true that the preparation of bone broth increases your exposure to heavy metals. Possibly true that the use of bone broth improves immunity along the gut. So what do I recommend? I recommend that you eat well. What has not been shown is that there's any benefit of using bone broth to a balanced diet that includes all of these important nutrients and minerals. My personal preference would be just to use a high quality protein powder that includes the essential amino acids and to augment your diet with this. As for bone broth, I'll leave that up to you. Hopefully this was helpful, and I will see you in another video. Be well.